With Pete Jackson, something that he did very shrewdly is that he showed the world and the rules and how it works, which is a key thing in fantasy. But then he let it go, you know, he let it breathe. He wasn't showing it all the time. Obviously you would see the Fellowship walk past and you would see the smallest stature of the hobbits, and then Gandalf and Legolas and Aragorn and all the members of the Fellowship. But he didn't labor that point, you know. There's some lovely pieces of special effects happening, but ultimately they're tied in with some real live action stuff. I remember the scene with the Black Rider, where he, you know, kind of looms over the hobbits when we're hiding underneath the wooded tree. Now I think they made the Black Rider slightly bigger, but apart from that, it was all live action. They had him on a wire, a very slow wire that was falling forward, so when he fell forwards he had this kind of floating in space feeling. And Pete's very, very keen on using as much real life footage as possible, because I do think that it adds an organic feeling to it, you know. And then once you're along for the ride, once the roller coaster is kind of going at full speed, we then jump into the Moria scene with the cave troll, and that's a big special effects sequence. But as that's happening, as you have a computer-generated character interacting with real-life characters, you do have real things in that environment happening. You have walls collapsing, you have things coming down, you have arrows and swords and stuff, and we're getting thrown in different places. So I think it's a good question to ask Pete Jackson, but I think what he's really keen on is trying as hard as he can to add a small ingredient of special effects while surrounding it with as much real life action as possible.